Have you seen The Thing? Holy crap, dude, it's a classic. It is one of the best, one of my favorite films of all time. And if you've seen the film, you know the ending to that movie is crazy, dude. There's so many theories. It is easily one of the most theorized and speculated endings to a horror film of really any film, I think, ever. I've seen people give their theories. I think MacReady, I think he's actually a shapeshifter. I think that Childs, I think that's not Childs. I think that's his twin brother. Today, I'm looking at a bunch of the theories. I'm talking about them. Please give me your thoughts on The Thing and the ending of this movie. What you think of these theories? Which ones make sense? I'm also going to talk about which ones I think make the most sense. Let's do it. The first theory, of course, is the easiest one, that both of them are human. In which case, we don't really know where Childs went at the end of this film when they're like, look, it's Childs, he's running off. Who knows what he was doing? Maybe he's telling the truth. He thought he saw something, he ran away. Mac, we know, for the most part, is not the Thing. So it's like, yeah, just mutual destruction. They're both gonna sit there, they're both gonna die, wait it out, because you don't know. So naturally, that's the safest play in terms of them being both human. It's like, we don't know. I can't trust you, you can't trust me. Let's just sit here and die just in case. Although it is kind of a tough one because they established that the Thing wants to get frozen again. So also, if the Thing was one of them, they would also be down to just vibe there, but also, wouldn't they try to take the other person? And again, if one of them is the Thing, let's say Childs is the Thing, what is the point at this point in waiting to consume Mac? Why not just walk up to him? Oh, look, he's alone. Boop, you're me now, we're the same. Because even though the Thing wants to be frozen, why would it not do that? Why would it not, power in numbers? I have more strength in the quantity of me. Interesting one. The next theory is that Childs is the Thing. This is one of the big ones that I've seen, the whole gasoline in the bottle thing. We see Mac throwing around some Molotov cocktails towards the end of this, and then while they're sitting there laying together, Mac goes, hey, Childs, why don't you, take a sip of this? And Childs drinks it, no reaction, the whole entire thing. This ain't liquor. He ain't drinking no vodka. He's drinking gasolina. And then from there, it's like, okay, the Thing clearly doesn't know what alcohol tastes like. So that's the Thing, I know it, because he would have reacted. And the Thing, as Childs, he's seeing Mac do this, and he's like, oh, you think you're real? Well, I'm gonna try to make you think that I'm real. I'm gonna react the same way you react. If Mac was drink, then the Childs would have been like, oh yeah, drink. But he don't play that game. The Thing's too smart. The Thing says, oh, I'm just gonna take a sip. Yummy. That's good stuff. And then I know what you're thinking. Aside from Mac using the Molotov cocktails, why does he think that's the Thing? What sign is that? Maybe Childs is just a freak, dude. And he just likes drinking gasoline. Nope, that's not it. Mac hits him with like a, oh ho ho. Not quite like that. I'm not an actor. He hits him with a little laugh, a little chuckle. What's so funny about that? What's so funny if he's just drinking regular liquor? What's so funny, guy? Huh? Of course, we don't get any confirmation of this. John Carpenter is holding on to this secret probably forever. We're not gonna know, but there's some more theories. Don't leave yet. There's more theories. MacReady is the Thing. What the hell? So get this, right? Obviously, we don't see MacReady get absorbed, get assimilated to the Thing, but there is a theory that off screen he gets assimilated. And let's talk about the breath work of it all. So, right, at the end of the film, you can see MacReady. His breath, it's very cold. Obviously, breath shows in the cold. You can see MacReady, very clear. Childs, you can't see his breath. It's not as clear as that. He's not, puffing smoke for his regular oxygen. Doesn't look the same. And I know that you're also saying, oh, filmmaking techniques, there might be just some inconsistencies, maybe from the angle, maybe, Keith David's got hot breath or something. I don't know what's going on here. But the cinematographer of the film confirms that earlier in the film, he's not talking about this point exactly, he says earlier in the film, they had used different filmmaking tricks with breath, with the lighting, to give little hints, little subtle clues about who the Thing is. Me personally, I don't like this one because I think it would be kind of lame to go the whole entire movie with MacReady just to see him get assimilated or not see him get assimilated off screen. I think that's kind of lame, and it's almost like I think that's a really tough reach. And I know, like I said, John Carpenter doesn't want us to have answers. That seems like a really tough sell of like, how are we supposed to know that? how are we supposed to figure that out, dude? Because also the cinematographer, while he said they had used breathing techniques, lighting, he also says fans are reading into it a little too much. In the whole entire movie, again, not exactly this scene, but he could very well be referencing this scene. The next theory is that both of them are the Thing. I think this one is stupid. I think it's dumb because we haven't really established how the Thing communicates with itself. I don't think English is the answer. I don't think it's like, hey, Thing, what's going on? Yeah, assimilate anyone lately? Oh, yes, well, actually, I assimilated some guy last Tuesday. How are you? Don't think it really makes sense, and they're like, oh, let's just wait here and see what happens. Unless the Thing doesn't know who's the Thing, what? They both know they're not getting rescued. They both know they're just gonna freeze. So again, why even have this conversation? Why hide in their human skin forms unless they're like, okay, I got caught last time being in my alien form. I'll get frozen in my human form this time. We'll see if that works. Don't like that one. Don't like that one at all. There's also a lot of other theories that I'm like, that are just small little like, like the score of the end, the wom wom. Wom, wom, that score piece from the film score, that is like the heartbeat. Oh, it's a heartbeat, the Thing's still alive. But obviously John Carpenter doesn't want us to have an answer. There might not even be a answer. He might not even know. I don't know. I have no idea, because I think that's the point. The point of the movie is that distrust is kind of like a forever thing. Distrust, I'm not sure, you're sus. That is a human instinctual thing that is always going to be there, right? We're not always going to get answers. Not everything needs a resolution. That's what John Carpenter does. If you're asking for my opinion, you want to know what I think? Okay, sheesh, guys, sheesh, I'll tell you. I'm on team Childs is the Thing, right? And I think that's a bummer. But I think that the chuckle, the smile, that is too intentional of a choice, in my opinion, for it to be just a mistake. Or like, okay, he's drinking the thing, I'm laughing, right? I think that's the answer. I think, again, why else give him the drink? Why else give him the drink? Show us him drinking the drink just for MacReady to laugh. I don't know. Doesn't add up to me if it's just a coincidence. It always could be just to throw us off. Let's just have Mac laugh, just to throw us off, just to maybe think, you know, here's there and here's there. But I also think it's like, that seems so obvious, and John Carpenter's still like, we don't know. I think if that was a thing, no pun intended, if that was intentional and he wasn't the Thing, I think we would have heard about that by now. That's my theory. That's all the theories. What do you think? Who is the Thing at the end of this movie? Thanks so much for watching. Hit subscribe. I'm making new videos every day in October, so hit subscribe. I'll do it. Subscribe to my other channel too. Bye-bye.